to our video series on using the functions of GCCPlus. In the following video, we'll be covering how you can set up training. To start with, the first thing you'll need to do is click into the Training tab from the home page. Once you've done this, you should be able to see a heading that reads Course Setup on the right of the screen. This launches you to a new store setup page. The first option you will see is the Clone Existing Course option. By using this option, you can duplicate a course or training event that you have previously set up. Just enter the name of the previous course into the box, and this will just populate some of the details to save you some time. If you're creating a new training course from scratch, you'll need to fill out the information boxes that can be found underneath this option. The boxes on the page will need to be dealt with as follows. Next to code, simply leave as automatic. Then by name, you fill out the name of the course that you are trying to set up. Manage by. This is a list of every user on the system, so you should be able to select yourself as the one responsible for the booking page. It's worth noting that this is not the same as the course trainer. Course family. You can, if you so wish, create course families in the Training tab by going through Course Setup, then Manage Families, then adding some basic details. This allows you to group courses together to categorize and analyze more easily, but this does not need to be done, and this isn't actually common practice. Then comes to selecting course type. There are two types of courses. Scheduled, which is a course of a time and place set by you, which sites can book onto. And also on demand. This is a course delivered upon request by a site with no pre-established timings. You then move on to date and select the date and timings of the course you are trying to set up. When it comes to title, this is only relevant when setting up a multi-day course. Title will be the subheading of the first day of the course once it's set up. You will then be able to add further timings and titles to subsequent days once you press save. Then comes venue. We are working on this, but as of now, none are currently set up, so click in and down to manually enter one off venue and add the details of the venue. This is for an external establishment, so ensure the full address is written out, not simply an internal room name. Next up will come main trainer. Specifically, this is the person that will be leading the course. You can select this person from a pre-existing list, or if they do not actually exist, you may scroll to the bottom and create new trainer and add in their basic details. If this is a multi-day course that you are trying to set up, then just click yes. Then, when you click save, the first option in the pop-up will be create next day, where you can then add subsequent details for the next day of training. For booking, simply select bookable. You would only use non-bookable if for whatever reason you wish to advertise the course but want the school to book elsewhere. Then comes enable waiting list. This is recommended. Once you pass your booking capacity, sites can still register interest, and then if someone cancels, check the list and reach out to the site to say they can now book. Deadline and close after deadline. This is optional but provides a cut-off date for when the course should be booked by, and if set to close, training will no longer be available to book if before the actual event date. Next come the under delegates options. Maximum is a required field to fill out, since this sets the limit for attendance, which once reached will either start putting people onto a waiting list or stop people from booking altogether. Next is limit per site, which is how many people can book per school. If left blank, then no limit will be set. And minimum. Minimum is not required, but can be used in the course viability checker to tell you whether a course should go ahead based on if enough people have booked on. Certificate template can be left as it is. This is just a basic template for attendance certification, retrievable by the school. Additional text can be added to the template. You can download an example of what the certificate looks like to see what your text may want to add. Renewable date is not required. If your training has set an expiration date or a point at which it will likely not be relevant, then you can set a date for which they should look to redo their training that will appear on their certificate. Cancellation policy. You can set up a set cancellation which will automatically refund the booker a set amount dependent on the number of days before the booking of the course without your intervention. If you would like one of these set up for your course, just reach out to one of us at the support team to discuss. So, with all that done, you can then click Save, which will then take you to the setup page. The setup page is where you can add the final details to your course before making it live. Again, if you cloned the course on the previous section, then it will just carry the details over. Some of the details that will be required will include things like provider course comments. These are the internal notes which we can put against the training course for us to see. They will not be visible externally. You can edit these by clicking into the text box. There is also program. This will reflect the content we set out on the previous section and will include all days of training that you have set up. You can then edit these individually with the link in the far right. Description. This is the full course description that will be visible next to the course, your opportunity to really sell the value of the training. In the edit page, accessible via the link on the far right, you can set communications against our course outline, a basic description, and what outcome the attendee can expect. The information needed also covers things such as categorization, attachments, pricing, the charging model, which can be broken up between per delegate rate, which will set the price against the delegates attending, so if a site has multiple bookings, they will pay per delegate, or fixed cost per booking, which will set one price against the site regardless of how many delegates book onto it. VAT and finance codes, subscriptions, discounts, which can be broken up into many different subcategories, including next purchase discounts, buy X and get Y discounted, early bird, course family, related booking, and also custom ones. And finally, then there comes the costs. This is not needed, but the data provided works in conjunction with a course viability report to calculate set costs and cost per delegates versus income generated from bookings to report whether a course is financially viable. This is a very handy tool if you wish to make use of it. This report can be found in the training tab called Event Viability. Once you have set all this to a level that you are happy with, you can then set the course to activate and save it in the right-hand column. It is also important to know how to cancel and issue refunds against training placements. So to do this, go to the Training tab. Under Cancellations, click Cancellations and Adjustments, and this will bring you to the cancellation page. What you will need to do here is set the filter parameters to return to individual booking you wish to cancel and/or refund. You can do this by specifying date parameters. Please note that this is against the time of booking, not the time of event. You can also filter by site name and training name. You want to be able to see the booking you intend to cancel at the bottom row. Please note, if a site has booked more than one delegate on, but you only wish to cancel or refund one of the delegates, hovering over the details in the training column will show you the full description, including the name of the delegate. Be sure to cancel the right delegate place. Once you're happy that you have found the correct booking that you wish to cancel, you will need to, firstly, tick the far left box to indicate the incident you wish to alter. Then click Cancel if you wish to cancel the place. And set the adjustment by specifying the amount and, in the final box, setting whether it is to refund or an additional charge. This section will pre-populate to being a full refund. By ticking more than one box, you can issue multiple cancellations and refunds. You can then set a comment in the top box. This is required and needs to be an explicit explanation of why this cancellation refund has occurred for documentation purposes. You can also, optionally, tick the email delegates box to send an email to all delegates notifying them of the cancellation of their place. Once happy, scroll to the bottom and click Save to issue the adjustment. And that's how you set up training sessions and courses for customers on the GCCPlus system. If you have any further questions about using GCCPlus, feel free to explore our other tutorial videos or contact us at GCPlus Support. Thanks for watching.